Good evening and welcome back to Sack to the Future 1980. The defending champion Pittsburgh Steelers, winners of 4 of the last 7 Super Bowls, come into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills last year went 7-9. The story of the season was basically an inept offense after starting off the season 3-2. Then they would not score over 20 points again for the final 11 games, hitting 21 time and never going over 20 points. So the key to the 1980 season is, can the offense produce a little bit more points, because their defense is pretty solid, ranked 8th last year. And as far as that inept offense goes, they themselves on defense only allowed teams to hit over 20 points in one of those games as well. So although they didn't score 20, they also didn't allow 20. Only one time, the last game of the season, the Steelers, of course, scored 28 against them, beating them 28-0. So 2 games that they allowed over 20 points, one of those to the Steelers here, after the first 3-2 start. But the Bills come in not expected to do much. They are inferior to the Patriots as far as talent goes. But again, that's judging it off of last year. They do have some new faces, a lot of talk out of camp for the rookie running back / kick returner, Cribbs. So we will see what all the hype is about there in Buffalo. The Steelers, of course, they come in with a whole bunch of hype. Some skeptics, are waiting for the Steelers to get old, but until we see it on the field, they've won 4 of the last 7 Super Bowls. Just a downright all-out-and-out champion. The offense has been really good the last few years. You know what the defense is. And there's the quarterback with now 4 Super Bowl rings to his name, Terry Bradshaw. He will lead the Steelers offense. Steelers, of course, last year were top 5 in defense again, but actually led the National Football League in points scored. So that's why I said the offense is as dangerous as ever. The defense maybe a step down from what it was at its peak, but still very top-tier defense. Steelers expected to win the division, although Bum Phillips from the Oilers has declared that they will knock down the door and win the division this year. But after that poor start that you saw on this channel the other day against the Cardinals, not sure if you can put much stock into that. Speaking of that game against the Cardinals, I believe we've only seen upsets so far. So you can call it the kiss of death or whatever you want to call it, but I have the Steelers winning this game. Although, because of the 3 points that we'll give to Buffalo for being the home team, I'll say it's going to be close. Steelers by less than a field goal. But, like I said, every time I pick a team to win, they get beat by a couple touchdowns, so that's good news for Buffalo fans. Completion to Stallworth for the first down there. So predictions. Last year the Bills finished in 4th. Steelers won the Super Bowl this year. People are saying they can definitely compete for as good as second place. Most experts have the Patriots winning the division, though. So we will see if they are able to fight their way up to second or even challenge the Patriots. About a mid 8-8 is probably a good prediction for them. Good defense, but suspect offense. Steelers, of course, you got to figure double-digit wins again. Winners of despite what Bum Phillips says, Steelers should win this division yet again. And then you know what they are in the playoffs. Even if they're not the most talented team, maybe the Patriots are more talented. Maybe the Chargers are more talented, but the Steelers know how to get it done in the playoffs, and so I'm not going to count them out at making another Super Bowl run. It starts here in Buffalo. They got to win the first one. Oh, Bradshaw hit as he throws it. I didn't think he was going to get it off. He did get it off, but definitely affected the pass as it went nowhere. And that'll bring up a field goal attempt for the Steelers. Look at that. Of course, the Steelers have the name recognition in this game, and that's what happens when you win 4 Super Bowls. Everyone knows, pretty much at least 2/3 of the starters on defense. That kick is wide from the get-go and finishes well right. So not a good kick to start the season for Barr. And this game remains scoreless. Okay, so now it's the Bills' turn. Play action pass to start it, and he finds his man. That might be Ferguson. A nice play action fake, and then hits the rookie Cribbs out of the backfield. Faked it to him, and then hit him downfield for a gain of 18 yards. Cribbs is the rookie that everyone's talking about from camp. He's definitely quick. We know that. They say he can catch out of the backfield. He can return kicks, and he's a heck of a runner as well. So it's a lot of hype to put on a rookie, but an offense that desperately needs help scoring points. If he is how they're talking him up to be, that could be the ticket that Buffalo needs to compete this year. There's a handoff, a couple more yards. Cribbs 2 carries, 7 yards. Also had that nice catch. He's been most of the offense so far to start 1980. 3rd and 3 now. Ferguson. Man in motion. Turns. He will hand it off. And that's not Cribbs. That is Brown, the fullback. And Brown picks up the first down. Look again, handoff to Curtis Brown, gets a nice block. His offensive lineman, and then pushes Mel Blount a little bit at the end there. So we're back. Sack to the Future, 1980. Like I said, we have yet to see the home team win. So far, I've had the home team as the favorite, and the home team has continued to lose. So the home teams are losing, the favorites are losing. I go with the road team as the favorite, and we'll see. Is it the curse of me picking a favorite, or is it the curse of being the home team? Another 3rd and 4, so Buffalo doing a good job keeping these third downs manageable. They were able to run for it last time. 3rd and 4, might have to throw. Ferguson will do that and fire downfield. It's complete. Nice catch made there by their number 1 receiver, Jerry Butler. Jerry Butler, of course, a rookie last year, and has developed into their number 1 receiver. So the Bills, if you haven't guessed it, are a pretty young team, at least at the skilled positions. I mean, Ferguson hit 30, so I wouldn't call him young anymore, but the rookie Cribbs, Brown, Butler, a lot of youngsters. Other than Butler, though, the receiving core definitely has some veterans to it. Handoff, and there is a touchdown. I think he got it. No, he did not. Curtis Brown had a lot of daylight, but a big tackle made. I missed who made the tackle. I think it was Robert Cole, who with a shoestring tackle kept him out of the end zone. Now they'll hand it off, and there's the touchdown. So the Buffalo Bills start the season with a touchdown for their fans. And another upset in the making. Roosevelt leaks on the carry. 5th-year man out of Texas. I think that was his first carry of the season, and it is a touchdown. Good blocking up front. Buffalo Bills seem to be an improved offense. Perhaps the Patriots need to worry, or maybe the Steelers just haven't got into the season yet. Now, of course, last season, 1979, you had the Steelers play the Bills on the last game of the season with the Oilers threatening for the division. The Steelers had to take care of business at home against Buffalo, and they did 28-0. It wasn't much of a contest, but again, Steelers had everything to play for, whereas the Bills had nothing to play for. And then the Steelers rode that momentum through the AFC and then defeated the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl to get their 4th Super Bowl of the 70s. But it's a new decade now. The team of the 70s doesn't really apply when you're talking about 1980. At least that's what the rest of the league is counting on. So Buffalo wants to be the first to say, hey, welcome to the new decade. You're irrelevant, and it's time to pass the torch to someone else. Why not us here in Buffalo? That's Thornton with his second carry already. So Thornton, of course, sharing the backfield with Rocky Blyer and Franco Harris. There's a flag. That might be roughing the passer. And I think Lynn Swann got to that and caught it, but he was out of bounds. It is roughing the passer on the Buffalo Bills. So they're roughing the passer penalty on Kaddish, able to keep this drive going for the Steelers. Now they're talking to Ferguson on the sidelines for when he gets another chance. But first, the defense is going to have to make a stop. There's a handoff to Franco Harris, 2 carries, 4 yards. Like Ferguson, Harrison also reached the 30-year benchmark. There he is again on the receiving end of a Bradshaw pass. Steelers, one of the older teams in the league, but I mean, you don't tear apart a team that just won the championship. So, will they get all old altogether, or will they come back for their 5th championship in 8 years? Stay tuned, and Sack to the Future will let you know. They're going for it. So right off the bat here, down by a touchdown, they feel like a field goal is not a good enough start. So they'll hand it off to Franco Harris. And when you have Franco Harris, why not go for that 4th and 1? He picks up 5 or 6. And the Steelers have a 1st and 10 from the 19. Bradshaw fires towards the end zone. In the corner, it's caught, but does not come down in bounds. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Bradshaw in trouble, gets rid of it to the tight end, Grossman, for a gain of 7. 3rd and 3. Will they get the playoff before the quarter ends? They will not. So we've played 1 quarter here in Buffalo, and the Buffalo Bills with the surprise upsetting the defending champs 7-0. There's a little screen set up. Kick is up, and it is no good. What is happening? off the upright. That's the second missed field goal now for the Steelers. So I didn't bother with custom coaches since there's so few options that you have. And it just felt like a waste of time. But this might be, the Steelers might take the cake for biggest difference between Chuck Noll's appearance and Mike Tomlin. Ferguson steps up. He's going to run with it across the 30, and a good move to slide. Surprised Jack Lambert didn't take his head off anyways. But it was a first down. And then Ferguson gets rid of that one, the first incompletion. So if someone is watching, welcome. This is Sack to the Future, 1980. I have tried multiple times to put comments to where they will pop up, but I just am not sure if it's working or not. So if you leave a comment, I apologize. I probably won't see it. But we are in 1980. This is week 1, so plenty of more to come. So far, we've seen only upsets. And the Bills trying to add to that. There's Ferguson with the outlet pass to the rookie Cribbs. Cribbs' third catch already, making an impact. There is the punt and a good cut. Oh, the ball is stripped. And the Steelers able to recover it. Wow, that's how you get upsets to happen right there. A forced fumble on the punt return, but Theo Bell was able to recover his fumble. The Bills are here to play, man. No one has given them a chance to defeat the Patriots in the division. No one's really given them a chance to win this game against the defending champs, but they're up 7-0 and making plays. Also, the Steelers' field goal kicker has been a train wreck, missing 2 field goals, so that has helped Buffalo's causes. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the comments will work. That's nice. Third and 8, Terry Bradshaw. I'm trying to get something. Looking deep. He's going for the home run ball. Oh, he's got a man, and Bradshaw just missed him. He had him deep. I think that was that Stallworth or Swan? I missed it. But Bradshaw just put it too close to the sidelines, and there was nothing the receiver could do. So, well, I mean, it's still 1980. We haven't gotten to the ultimate accuracy quarterbacks yet. Terry Bradshaw, of course, definitely a winner, but not confused as the most accurate passer in history or anything like that. And he showed it there with the inaccuracy. So the Bills take over, still leading 7-0. Ferguson drops back to pass. He's going to roll and just get rid of the ball. Smart play to get rid of it and avoid the sack. Did take the hit, though. Now Ferguson will sling it out to, I believe that's his tight end over there. Nice gain. In fact, he picked up the first down. I thought it was a gain of 9 or so. But Gant actually got the full yardage needed for the first down. There's Cribbs runs into a wall. Gained a couple, though. There's a delayed handoff to Cribbs. He almost had something there, but could not get past big number 64, Steve Furness. Ferguson now drops back on 2nd and 9. Pressure coming. He gets it rid of it and wide open. And taking it all the way down to the 38-yard line is Ruben Gant again. So the tight end having a good drive. And the Bills continuing to do work. We're halfway through the second quarter. A play action pass now. Ferguson looking down. He's got his man again. Gant is just tearing up the steel curtain. Tearing right through it. Ferguson up over 100 yards now. It is 3 catches for 51 yards now for the tight end. Ruben Gant having a career game considering he's not a catching machine last year. Let me check 1979 here. Of course, I'm checking 1979 real life stats. So it's going to be interesting when we go with when we get to 1981. I don't know if I'm going to have to do some sort of stat tracking thing or just not bring it up. But it will be Sack to the Future stats rather than real life stats that we're going back to. But going back to real life, again, 1979. Ruben Gant had just 19 catches for 245 yards. So it's not like he's never caught the ball before, but certainly having a good game compared to his season statistics of a year ago. Ferguson doing a good job of avoiding these sacks. That's the second or third time he's gotten rid of the ball and thrown it out of bounds when about to be sacked. And that does something, you know. That's when you're a team, as we talked about at the beginning, where their offense hit the 20-point mark only once in their last 11 games, then you cannot be taking sacks because you just don't move the ball well enough to overcome penalties and sacks. So unlike Barr, Nick Mayer puts the ball through the uprights, and the field goal kicking is now 1 out of 1 versus 0 out of 2. And that has helped the Bills reach a full 10-point lead now on the champs. The champs still waiting to score their first points here in this decade. The team of the 70s having troubles here in the 80s. 1/2 into it. Buffalo has reached almost a full momentum bar. See if the Steelers can do something about it before it gets too intense in here and they can't do anything. Bradshaw back to pass again on 3rd and 10. He will go underneath to Franco Harris and hope that he gets 8 yards after the catch, which he's unable to do. Bradshaw has started off 8 of 17 for 84 yards. And fair catch made by Cribbs. The rookie's been busy. He's had a couple of catches out of the backfield, a few runs, and he's also fielded some punts. So they're hyped for this rookie, and they're letting him touch the ball as much as possible. There is a handoff to fullback Curtis Brown, however. Look at the rushing yards. Buffalo leads 41-31. Buffalo also leads in the air, 107-79. There's a handoff to the rookie. He slides through one tackle, but then he fumbles. Mel Blount hits him. I believe it was Lambert came in too. One of the two knocked the ball free, and the rookie He's got the speed, he's got the moves, but that's a quick way to get out of the league is fumbling the ball. Although the great 1980 review team is going to see if this is in fact a fumble. He can't tell there. Okay, is he down or is he on his teammate? I think his knee was down. Even if his knee wasn't down, the elbow was down about the same time, so this could easily be reversed. And it is reversed. It is not a fumble by the rookie. It is a 3rd and 1 coming up here for Buffalo. Looks like they're going to run for it. And they'll give it to the fullback, Curtis Brown, and I don't know that he got there. I don't know. He did get just enough. Wow. Steelers reacted quickly. I thought maybe stopped it, but they didn't need much and they didn't get much, but got just enough. There's a nice block on the outside, springing. Cribbs free. No, that was Brown again. Sorry. Brown. Fullback getting another carry. That was a good one. Maybe the best run of the day. Will they get another playoff before the 2-minute warning? Ferguson does get a playoff. He drops back, looks deep, then comes short, completes it to his tight end again. Gant having a great game. And now we're at the 2-minute warning. Buffalo looking for more points, up by 10. Ferguson drops back, fires. Same play as last play, but to a different receiver. And now they're going to let the clock run. No timeout is called. They do have plenty of time. It's not a big deal. They'll throw, and they're going to continue to hit this out until the Steelers do something about it. Steelers content to give up the 5-yard out over and over and over again. Ferguson drops back to pass again and hits it again. And he takes advantage by getting another 5 yards after the catch. So that was a 10-yard out. And now the Bills will call their first timeout. So, the Steelers playing almost like a prevent-type defense and letting all the other stuff go through. The Bills have gotten it all the way down to 21, and now they still have 2 timeouts. Again, they'll go underneath, only a couple yards. This time, the Steelers rally and make the tackle right away. Bills call another timeout. Time is not really an issue, though. They have 55 seconds and a timeout. They're only 18 yards away. Ferguson drops back, goes short again, and there's Lambert again on the tackle. Or was that Ham? That's Cribbs' 4th catch out of the backfield. I think that might have been Jack Ham on the tackle on that one. Ferguson in trouble this time, gets hit and dropped for a sack. And we said time wasn't an issue, but that sack, they decided to call timeout. No, the Steelers called timeout because it was 4th down. Okay. And now Mike Mayer puts the field goal right through the uprights again. So one kicker's 2 for 2 in his own building. The other kicker 0 for 2 in a building he is not used to. And that's part of the difference in this game. 13-0 underdog. So the defending champs having a rude awakening here in Buffalo. I think I was going to say they should just kneel it, get into the locker room, try to make some adjustments. As bad as they played, they're only down by 2 scores, but instead they go full Monty, nobody in the backfield but Bradshaw. And now it looks like they will go ahead and run the ball at least. There's a handoff to Franco Harris. He gets a few yards. Third and 4, Bradshaw fires over the middle. I guess they just wanted yards, and they're going to call another timeout, and now I guess set up a Hail Mary, so why not? Why not give it a shot? Stallworth up to 49 yards. You got one of the premier jumping receivers on your team. The line gives them time. Bradshaw fires. It will reach the end zone, and it's tipped and caught. Are you kidding me? Tipped into the hands of Grossman for the touchdown. The Steelers pull a touchdown out of nowhere. And they're right back in this game. My goodness. I was wondering what they were doing, just getting some chunk yards here, maybe for stat purposes, but they got close enough for a Hail Mary. And that's why you try those things every once in a while. It works, and instead of going into the locker room down 13-0, it's only 13-7 at the half. A gut shot to the Bills, who played a great first half, but then see the Steelers walk away with a Hail Mary tip pass touchdown. And it's back to a one-score game. Okay, so Ferguson comes out for the second half. Bills played a great first half. They're going to have to continue that in order to put the champs away. Formation for Buffalo. Ferguson drops back to pass. Looks, fires. Is that Gant yet again? 16 of 19 is Ferguson. Gant has 5 catches now for 64 yards. So Gant, who had less than 20 catches in 79, on pace for over 80 here in 1980. So the Buffalo Bills come right out of the locker room. Seems unaffected by that Hail Mary to end the half as they get a first down right away. And now 6 yards on first down again, setting them a nice 2nd and 4. So handoff to Curtis Brown, who fights and gets the first down. Curtis Brown. That's his 8th carry. The time almost split between the rookie Cribbs and the fullback Brown. As far as carries go, Cribbs has been more active on the receiving end. Ferguson has time, then steps up, no one to go to, so he runs and picks up a few yards. His second run of the day. He now has 11 yards on the ground. Ferguson with a pump fake and then swings it out to Cribbs, who takes on the defenders and gets a few more yards up to the 39-yard line. Cribbs now 5 catches out of the backfield for 35 yards. They told us he could catch. Highly regarded rookie, showing his skills here in this one. 10 carries, 36 yards, another 5 catches for 35 more. 71 yards from scrimmage so far early in the third. There's a quick handoff to the fullback. No, it's not Curtis Brown. It's the other fullback, Leaks, who had his first carry of the season was a touchdown. That's a nice carry for a first down. Short yardage specialist. Ferguson drops back to pass. Fires, completes again as the Steelers continue to leave that play wide open, and Ferguson just has taken it over and over and over again, which is the smart thing to do. Ferguson playing a very good game here to start 1980. There's Cribbs. You see the Steelers, Jack Ham and others were definitely trying to rip that ball out. He fumbled earlier, although his knee was down, so it was not technically a fumble, but still in the mind of the defending champs defense. They think he may be prone to putting the ball on the turf, so they are going for it. Again, he has not officially fumbled yet this season. There is a pitch out. Nice block there. He's inside the 10-5 and down at the 3-yard line. A terrific block by the pulling guard on that one. I believe that was McKenzie. Reggie McKenzie, who threw a terrific block to spring him. Curtis Brown, the fullback, also had a nice block. And now we're at 1st and goal. Oh, Ferguson had the Steelers offsides but didn't snap it. Oh, that was odd looking. It looked like he was going to break the tackle and then just fell back. 2nd and goal. There's a pitch out to Curtis Brown, and the Steelers are able to make a play. 10 carries, 28 yards now for Brown. 3rd and goal. This is a big play. The Bills would love to put it in the end zone to make up for that Hail Mary, get it back to a 13-point lead. The Steelers would love, of course, to stop and do a field goal attempt. Ferguson's going to pull it down and run for it, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. What a nice play by Ferguson. He has pushed all the right buttons, even though those have usually been check downs or running with it. He is still throwing the ball away to avoid sacks, run it when he should, checked it down when he should. I think he's gone deep only one time in this entire game, but the Steelers are still protecting against the deep pass. The Bills have already run 50 plays. They've had the ball the entire game. And Ferguson now is going to run for 2, and he's going to get that as well. So Ferguson runs it into the end zone, and then on the 2-point conversion, he does the same thing, a 15-play, 76-yard drive that takes more than half the quarter away, and the Steelers are now down by 2 full touchdowns, 21-7. They've had the ball for, I don't know, maybe about 20 plays, whereas the Bills have run, 20 passes, so more than 20 plays, but it's something like 25 or 26 to 50, 2-1. The Steelers need to hang on to the ball here and get some points. Bradshaw turns and hands it to Hawthorne, his 3rd carry. He has 11 yards. You've seen Franco Harris a little bit. I don't think they've even handed to Rocky Bleier at all. Hawthorne's had 3 carries, and Bradshaw has had plenty of pass attempts. 11 of 21, 165 yards. So the percentage is not great. The yards are okay. He does have a touchdown pass off of a tipped Hail Mary. No turnovers. Play action pass. Bradshaw, will he uncork something here? No, nothing. Gets open, and he's forced to hold on to it, and Smurlis gets through. Probably the most well-known Buffalo Bill. Gets through and gets the sack. There's been less sacks in this game than some of the others. That Oiler Cardinals game was at least 14 sacks between the two teams. I think that might have been Buffalo's first. There's Rocky Bleier. That is his 3rd carry, so he has gotten the ball a couple times. But now the Steelers are in the 3rd and 17 hole. So Bradshaw going to have to come up with something magical to keep this drive going. He's got the time, and he fires deep. And the leaping catch is not made. Oh. The Steelers have a couple receivers, and Bradshaw's still got that strong arm. Strong enough to get it down the field. But the defender able to poke it out and stop a great circus catch from happening. Cribbs almost broke that tackle, but he got knocked down by the second guy. 13 carries, 53 yards for the rookie, but we also know he has 5 catches for another 30. So over 80 yards of offense from the rookie. And now they'll hand it off to him again, and he squirts through, breaks a tackle. Nice little run there by Cribbs. Cribbs' best runs have come on first down. The Bills have consistently been at 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 5, all very good numbers. And there's a huge run by Cribbs as he found the hole and sliced it all the way up to the 47-yard line. And at this point, the holes are getting a little bit bigger because, again, the Bills have run over 50 plays already. We're not even through the 3rd quarter. The Steelers' defense, although it may not be great anymore, it's still very good, but it's also not the youngest. There's a Ferguson pass that we're not sure exactly what he was doing, and that let him off the hook. The all-pro safety, Donnie Shell, was there to make him pay. Not sure where he was trying to get it to, though. A nice catch made by Shell, and that might be the momentum. First turnover of the game, just what the Steelers needed, because they were getting run over and through. Very tired defense But that interception will get the Steelers offense on the field, and hopefully they can hold on to it for a little while. If they can get this ball in the end zone and make it a one-score game and give their defense some rest, then you could have a good finish here. Have not had a good game yet. It's after the Future 1980, a couple blowouts. The first one was a blowout from the beginning. The second game, of course, was close for a little bit, but turned into a blowout late. Well, there you see it's still close. 14 at this time. That game was still a one-score game, 14-7. There's Smurless with another half sack, so he's got a sack and a half. And that's only the third sack total in the game, though. Third and 23. Steelers will hand it off. That's how the third quarter comes to an end. So the champs have their work cut out for them, down by 2 touchdowns with only 15 minutes to go. Bradshaw, 3rd and 22. He's going to fire deep and over everybody's head. And the Steelers will have to punt again. So Donnie Shell creates the turnover, the first and only turnover of the game so far. But the Steelers offense gets shut down. We told you at the beginning the Bills do have a good defense. The problem was they couldn't put up points and rarely got over 20. They got over 20 today, 21. And that has been enough because of their stellar defensive effort. Last year, believe it or not, the big difference between these two teams was the offense. As I believe the Steelers were 5th in defense and the Bills were like 8th. But the offense is the Steelers were number 1 scoring offense in the National Football League, and the Bills, of course, nowhere near the top. So it's not a surprise the Bills have played such good defense. What is a surprise is how well Ferguson played. The Bills are over 300 yards. He's done everything right, except for that last interception. Up until that, he was playing an almost perfect game. And also the rookie Cribbs. A lot of excitement, a lot of hype. Buffalo's excited about him, and I can see why. 74 yards in the ground, over 30 in the air, over 100 yards here in his first game, his debut in the National Football League. And he also returns kicks. So he is a playmaker. And some excitement for this Buffalo offense for a change. Ferguson talked like he's going to run, but then comes out firing to his number 1 receiving option, Butler. And now the Bills are moving again. This is a put away. If they get any points on this drive, that pretty much puts the game away. And off to Cribbs again. He'll fight his way through. Again, the Steelers defense has just been on the field so much. Even the steel curtain wears out. Ferguson drops back to pass. Throws, finds Butler again. Lambert comes in to make the tackle. 3rd and 1. Again, these second and shorts, third and shorts have been the key. That's 61st play. That is a first down on Buffalo's 61st offensive snap. So you like to hit the number 60. The average is over 60 snaps. But Ferguson takes off and actually turns it into a nice run. He's had a couple nice scrambles today. 4 carries, 37 yards. The Bills as a team are up over 150 rushing yards. The Bills' offense performing much better than it did last year, and an offense to go along with this defense. And you can see they're beating the champs. If they can beat the champs, maybe the Patriots will have competition in this division. Who knows? Or maybe week 1 is just upset week. There's Cribbs, cuts it back. It's inside the 10-yard line, averaging 4 yards a carry. The Bills again just draining that clock. Ferguson hits Cribbs, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. So the rookie finds the end zone on top of everything else he's done. And the Bills are all over the Steelers. Another upset blowout. I'm glad I don't pick real NFL games as bad as I'm picking these Sack to the Future games. I am now going to be 0-3, and they haven't even been close. It's not like, okay, I think this team's better. Oh, no, they lost in the last second field goal. Nope, Cowboys are better. Bam, lose by 34. The Oilers are the better team. They're going to challenge the Steelers. Well, maybe, because the Steelers aren't any good either, but boom, they fall apart in the fourth quarter. The Steelers are the defending champions. If there's one thing I could count on, it's that the Steelers can beat a team that doesn't score points. Nope. Absolute blowout, 28-7. In fact, it could easily be 28-0. The Steelers have 7 points because of a Hail Mary at the end of the first half. That's their only points. The champs' only points is I don't want to call it a fluke, but a very unlikely play. Otherwise, they could be sitting here down 28-0. Bradshaw's going to keep firing. I mean, they have their timeouts. I guess things are possible, but you'd have to get a touchdown quickly. Because you have to get the ball 2 more times. Was that caught? That was a nice catch made by Theo Bell. Just the second one of the day. Simpson with the tackle. Okay, so you got it. If you can get the touchdown and there's still over 5 minutes to go, you still have a chance. There's a little screen to Franco Harris. And Kolb is hurt. Either that or maybe faking an injury. It stops the clock, so it's a smart play. Bradshaw fires into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Okay, well, I said the Steelers had to get in the end zone before the 5-minute mark. They got there with 6:38. Lynn Swan went up and got that one. 28-13 now. Barr for the extra point. That's good. And so I said it could be 28-0, but there was 2 missed field goals by Barr. So the touchdown on the Hail Mary might have been lucky, but he probably should have 2 field goals. So 28-14 is sort of what this game deserves. On the other hand, if you got to keep the Hail Mary and Barr would have made his field goals, it could be 28-20 right now. So it's just even games that look like blowouts. If you just take a couple things, go differently, then the whole outlook of the game changes. If he made his kicks earlier, maybe it's 28-20 right now. Maybe the Steelers are a little bit more fired up, but still they would be exhausted either way. I mean, they've played almost 70 defensive snaps. Play action pass. Ferguson rolls out, fires short, and whoa, he was hit well out of bounds. No flag thrown, though. Steelers showed some frustration. 3rd and 1, another 3rd and short. That's been the key to the whole game. And another first down picked up. Curtis Brown picks up the 1 yard he needed. And now the Bills that was an important first down. I had the Steelers stopped them and got the ball back with about 5 minutes to go and all their timeouts. They might have a game now. The Bills can start really working on the clock. There's Cribbs bouncing around and finally getting stopped. But there you see the clock ticking down. It's down to 4.5 now. There's a handoff. Cribbs makes a nice move there, gets across the midfield, shoves Blount out of the way, and hits the 100-yard mark. So in his rookie debut, 100-yard game for Joe Cribbs, the electrifying rookie. 5'11", 190 pounds out of Auburn, and he is doing everything he can with that 190 pounds. The Bills were right to be excited. Second round pick, and he is every bit worth it. Makes you wonder who their first round pick was. Ferguson smartly taking the clock down under 5 seconds for each snap now. And that will take it all the way. The Steelers do stop them, but that takes all the way down to the 2-minute warning. So now the Steelers still have all their timeouts. But if you're talking best case scenario, the Steelers would have to score without using any of those timeouts. So they could use all 3 timeouts on defense and get the ball with a chance for a Hail Mary. But hey, they got the Hail Mary in the first half. So, but basically, without a huge mistake here, like Buffalo letting Stallworth get behind the defense or something for a one-play touchdown, there's no chance. The Steelers, however, though, with their timeouts, they could definitely put a drive together here and get some more points and make the final score look like it wasn't a blowout. There's Grossman, the man that caught the deflected Hail Mary pass. And there's a timeout. Okay, so there is no attempt, or at least in the Steelers' mind, they know it's coming down to an outside kick. If anything, there's no way they're going to score and keep their timeouts for defense. Wow, that throw, Franco Harris may have just taken the ball away from the defender. That could have easily been picked off. So it said timeout and no huddle. That was weird. It was not a timeout. The Steelers still have 2 timeouts. And Swan makes the catch and gets out of bounds. Nice play there by Lynn Swan. Terry Bradshaw is going to end up hitting 300 yards probably because the Bills can afford to play prevent defense. Oh, if they get a sack, that really helps. A big sack, that's going to take more seconds off. I was going to say, when you're up by 2 scores, it's okay to play defense and make the tackle, make them use their timeouts. Even if the Steelers get the ball in the end zone, it's still pretty much over. Ultimately, you don't want him in the end zone. You just want to make him use time. Bradshaw's going to launch it deep. A one-on-one out there. Why not? It's worth a shot. And he came down with it. He came down with it last time out, used by the Steelers. Or is that their second one? I don't remember. They do have one more left. 31 seconds to go. Bradshaw did go over 300 yards with that last toss. And now he dances around and gets sacked. Smurless again. He's up to 2.5 sacks, and the Steelers will have to call their last timeout. All right, so no more timeouts. You got to put it in the end zone in one of these next 2 passes. Then you're going to need an onside kick and a Hail Mary. And, of course, all the sacks in the fourth quarter have gotten us up to 7 sacks in the game. And Bradshaw completes it, but it's underneath. Rocky Blyer gets inside the 10, but does not get out of bounds. Is that the last play of the game? It is. So the Steelers, the defending champs, come into Buffalo and get smacked around by the Bills 28-14. At the end of the day, it's going to show the Steelers actually had a lot of yards, but a lot of garbage yards, a lot of yards from a Hail Mary. All in all, the Buffalo defense played very well, and their offense surprised everyone with how well it played. It kept the ball forever. Times quarterbacks pressured, you see 13. There was only the 1 turnover. That was by the Bills, but they survived the turnover anyways and beat the champs 28-14. I am 0 for 3 in predicting games. Hopefully you are enjoying the upsets. Eventually we got to get a game that's close and down to the wire, but so far upsets, but all kind of blowouts as well. So anyways, thanks for watching. As always, comment, share what your favorite team is from the 1980 season. Were you alive? Did you watch it real? Are you learning anything because you weren't alive? Is it fun? Is it a waste of time? I don't care. Comment anything. But thanks for watching, and have a good night.